The brethren. So good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. It is Maiyegun live. And thank you very much for joining me. Remember, before you settle down, right, after reading the caption of the broadcast, read the description as well. Like it, share it. And to those of you who have been doing that, thank you. So tonight, we're supposed to be, maybe not, but Nigeria was supposed to be celebrating a rat birthday about 2 weeks ago, if you can recall, right? Rat came on social media, released a video to remind our well-wishers, our friends, and everybody who wanted to gift our birthday gift should convert it to cash and send it to a designated account, which would then be used to help, upgrade or something about the National Library. So the reaction at the time, right, was almost similar, like, what the hell is going on? National Library of Nigeria annually receive budgetary allocation. So why is that? So the reactions was like around the time. So our birthday came yesterday, I think. And Kolu, no, was it yesterday? Yeah. Kolu now posted, or should I say those handling Kolu's media now posted an happy birthday message for the Vex lady, his wife. And the opening was to say, rat is the mother of the nation. While many people were like already taking that up with a call on social media that she is not their mom, she can never be, and all of that. While others, especially the Ronukus, were greeting her happy birthday and all that. So the real reactions were being curated until Peter Obi decided to say happy birthday to Rat. And he did greet her happy birthday, right? But the starting of the message got everybody talking. It was like, what kind of birthday message is this? It all started with, we are finished. That's the headline. Nigeria is finished. And why? See, this message of Obi has triggered a lot of reactions, especially from the presidency of Nigeria, the ones that have always been more or less like obsessed with Obi. Okay, so to them, Obi needs help now. For him to have used the Vex lady's birthday to remind everybody the state of Nigeria, that requires help. That is what Onofunuga said. But what is the message? Here we go. Obi tweeted this with, we are finished. I join millions of Nigerians in wishing Excellency or something. Remiti Fnumbu, which is abbreviated as a rat, all right? A happy birthday, a God Almighty who has been with her all these years, blah, blah, blah. So just one paragraph. Then Obi went on. Probably that was the moment Obi, first time he probably saw that the First Lady is fundraising for the National Library of Nigeria. So his reaction, second paragraph. However, I was struck by irony reading a request that instead of cakes or newspaper adverts where wishers should donate toward completing the National Library in Abuja. On the surface, it is noble and selfless, but beneath it lies an indictment of our nation. I recall that as governor of Anambra State, I too urged that money meant for adverts be channeled to meaningful causes, computers for schools and classroom blocks. Such gestures were never meant to replace the government's duty, but to complement it. The state still bore the responsibility of providing those essentials. That is why it is shocking that in our present circumstances, while billions are easily found for jets, yachts, unused mansions, endless trips abroad, and other frivolities, the nation must rely on birthday donations to complete its own national library. Complete. What kind of country must beg for charity to build the very temple of knowledge? What kind of leaders waste trillions on luxury and vanity, while the National Library, our intellectual furnace, remains abandoned in the capital? Serious nations treat libraries as sacred, but here we reduce them to afterthoughts, begging bowls, or birthday tokens. Mrs. Tifnumbu was right. Education is the most enduring legacy a nation can give its people. Yet to know this truth and still prioritize vanity is both shocking and tragic. If Nigeria will rise, it will not be on the wings of jets or the splendor of mansions, but on the strength of minds formed in classrooms and nourished in libraries. Until then, the lament remains true. We are finished. That was Obi. And that threw the Ronukus and the closet Ronukus into a spiral. Because to them, right, as some people were dragging themselves if Remy was mother of Nigeria or Remy is not mother of Nigeria, right? But the moment to be dropped, majority of them just left themselves. Everybody now had opinion about why should he be like that? What do you mean by Nigeria is finished? Like, are you being kind of like serious? Like, do you need any other explanation for you to understand a country that is finished, that is just like floating, existing by floating? Anyway, maybe, okay, somebody even said that Obi Kilagbekiloju, but he didn't say anything wrong. It just called your attention to what, your contraption has become. Something that some people agreed, a lot of people actually agreed, but they will disagree if the person that is saying it is a different person, probably a person that they don't like, sort of. But the truth will remain, so to say, a finished country that is spending trillions on taking care of public officials and borrowing trillions that is also looted by the same politicians they are spending trillions on. And the cycle continues, and the people are left with barest minimum or almost nothing. So you watch them tell you, see, they told you that, and I think a lot of you agreed to some extent, even though you don't like Tiff number, by the way, right? But you would agree, or you pretended to agree, or you gullibly agreed, or you ignorantly agreed, but you shall agree, to some extent that they needed to remove subsidy because Tifnumbu and his gang told you, right, that Nigeria cannot be sustained with the subsidy. You agreed, oh, yeah, should have been good. So a lot of felt like maybe it's a sacrifice. They said, oh, the money for subsidy will be reinvested in power, they invested in roads, they invested here and there in order to cushion the effect. So in the long run, right, the removal of subsidy will be for positive. Then you see nothing. You watched them, right, fritter away what could have been your scarce resources. Resources were no deal, scarce, but you watch them blew it all up. And right now, they are asking you that, for Nigeria to have fiscal balance, and all those funny names or funny sort of titles to give um, their policies, right? So for Nigeria to have a stable, blah, 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 Nigeria needs Tinubu said tax reform because you will free more money, more people will pay more taxes, more people will, there will be more money, and they are trying to convince you that it is also in your interest. And they expect you to believe, and yeah, believe them. Like you are powerless, there's nothing you can do. So you are watching these guys tell you what they want you to do. They say, do what we say, not what we do. But you can't question them, because they are spending so much, right, on what do we call them? The propaganda base. They are propaganda base. They are spending so much to come and convince you that no matter what you think you are facing in the contraption, so to say, yeah, it could have been worse if not for Tinubu. So be grateful, appreciate it. You know that Nigeria foreign reserve has increased. Local government gets more money now. State government, go and meet your governors, go and meet your local government areas. But nevertheless, right, just remember that their renewed shege is going to pay off later. They are paying people to tell you that your pain is not really that painful. You are just overreacting. You are allowing opposition to take advantage of your hunger, everything, they are paying people to do that to you. Remy Werekwe, probably, raised billions, right? Raised billions for the completion of the National Library of Nigeria, National Library. The National Library of Nigeria got the budget to, listen to this, so they got the budget, I'll start from 2020. National Library of Nigeria got a budget in 2020. They got a budget of about 800 million naira. In 2021, they got something around 700 and something million, right? In between 7 and 800. In 2022, National Library of Nigeria got 1.7 billion naira. The same renovation now new. In 2023, under Tinubu, right now, 2023, 2024, 2025, Tinubu is currently using 3 different budgets right now that they've not closed. You start your budget from December to next December. Sorry, January to December, sort of. Yeah. But Tinubu and his gang, they came in 2023. Bokuwari already had a 2023 budget that they signed in effect. So when Tinubu came, they asked for supplementary budget. So they got supplementary budget of about 8 trillion naira, right? For the rest of the year. And then they took other loans, but that's not the point, right? So that's 2023 budget. They were supposed to close it at the end of 2023, right? Tinubu and his gang, and what's his name again? Akwabioli and others, they decided to give an extension to 2023 budget, right? Until June 2024. Then they submitted 2024 budget. Remember, they have supplementary budget too, that they also said extended to June 2024. Then they submitted 2024 budget, right? Got 2024 budget. And when they got to June 2024, they extended the 2023 budget again to the end of the year. And they have been extending it up till now, about 4 different budgets. And they have kept for the first time, they say for the first time in 20 years, Nigeria has failed, or Nigerian government has failed to publish their budget performance, like their budget details. So everybody will know how much money they got from where and how much money they spend on where, which used to be the case since Tifnumbu and his gang came. They've shut it down. They are saying that they were not ready. No, they are not ready. They are still working on it, because the same way they ran Lagos is what they are replicating in Abuja. You will see a never seen before financial, what do you call it? Financial extortion and financial profligacies, they call it, that you've never seen before. And at the same time, they will maintain the never seen before level of secrecy, except if they meet those who always kind of like get all those documents out eventually. But apart from that, freedom of information, freedom of something to ask Tifnubu and his gang to tell you what they are doing, you will never get it. Except one singular official media where they will cook, doctor data, doctor start and everything, and release them out and push propaganda on them. And you'll be asking, how come these things we're not feeling it? Say, well, you'll feel it later in Tifnumbunomic. So Remi and her husband are using the office of the president in Nigeria, right, to personally enrich themselves. And don't fall for that lie, that they are rich, they don't need your money. You'll be so stupid to believe that, at least with what you have seen so far. So we will never know how much Remi raised for, because like now I don't even have I think I have the figure for the one for 2024. Yeah, that was like about 2.2 billion, National Library, Abuja. Okay. 2025. Right now, all those budgets are active on that Tifnumbu. So Remi want to tell us that he's so concerned about education, right? She had to save the National Library of Nigeria that has gobbled over 4 billion naira in the last 5 years, at least. You get that now? So Obi reacting to say we are finished may just be like, it sound like an exaggeration and all that. Yeah. But it's not far-fetched. It's not like far from it. Yeah. Anyway, let me show you something else. Okay. So their oppositions, right? They are currently, they still talks, because that's the problem. They talk. Actions. So the oppositions in Nigeria are pushing for something ahead of their 2027 charade. What's that? They want Tifnubu to be stripped of the power to nominate the INEC chair. Okay. Yeah, for some reasons, they said it is unethical. It is actually really wrong. Like, why did the crafters of your Decree 24, which is the military, why did the crafters of your fake constitution give that power to a sitting president who is also going to be participating in that same election? So it doesn't make any sense. So they want Akpabioli and his gang to strip Tifnubu of that, because they believe that that singular power of choosing who becomes the INEC chair and every other thing that goes behind the scene, goes on behind the scene, enough to let you know that you shouldn't be going into an election with Tifnumbu in that regard. While others are like, so why now? I have more from that. But listen to Bugaje. You should know him. It's a PDP stalwart, I think. Listen.
There are two questions, and I have a third issue that I think, Ruben, you need to address. But let me start with the questions you have raised. I think first, the issue of INEC. I think everybody is fairly aware that INEC, as presently constituted, has lost a lot of credibility. And it is very important that the institution gains this credibility. Otherwise, the stability of the country is going to be threatened, because when we have institutions that are not delivering, and especially a key institution like INEC, and if this failure continues, then it will erode not only, I mean, confidence in INEC, but confidence in democracy itself. And when that happens, you know the consequences. So let me come back to INEC. I think there are amendments that the whole country is waiting for. For example, that amendment, which I think late President Buhari refused to give assent to, which mandates INEC to use electronic electronic tools and to use technology in delivering the result, is still pending. But more importantly, why should the president, whoever is the president of the country, who is an interested party in the election, be the one to propose the head of INEC? I think late Wike's committee has made very good recommendations, which have been blocked by those who are interested in manipulating INEC. I think we have to rescue INEC by making sure that the head of INEC is not appointed by a sitting president who is going to be interested in election. So there are a number of things that needs to be done. I'm not sure there is sufficient time for us to raise that, but I think the key issues are two. One, that INEC's credibility is at stake, and two, we have got to insulate INEC from political interference. If that doesn't happen, then it is the democracy that is holding the country that's being actually run down. And when that happens, there are consequences. The second question, if I remember correctly, which you raised, is where do we go from here? I mean, considering what former President Jonathan said. And I think it ties down with the issue that I really think you should be raising, because the whole gathering in Accra is around the crisis of democracy, that democracy is not delivering the expectations of the people. And in Nigeria, if you take the statistics from 1999 to date, that's about 25 years. If you take the indices of development, whether you are taking the paternal and maternal mortality rates, or if you are taking the GDP, the growth in the economy, if you are taking all the indices of development that you take, you will see that from 1999 to date, we have been going down the drain. In fact, the GDP for this year is said to be much lower, actually about less than half of what it was in 1960. In other words, this country, under this democracy, is actually going down the drain. And it is time to really ask, of what use, of what benefit is democracy if it cannot really deliver? Is democracy made for the people, or people for democracy? If democracy is supposed to serve society, then it has failed in Nigeria. And it is time to start thinking of how do we really bring about a system that can work for us. I watched the debate from beginning to the end, and I was saddened by the fact that the elite that gathered there could not think out of the a box of Western frame of thinking. In other words, they were all, and especially the guest speaker himself, he was going round and round while admitting the failure of democracy. He was still saying that we should stick to democracy, and that doesn't make sense. I mean, you have admitted that this system has failed to deliver, and you are saying that we should still hang on.
Democracy has failed to deliver because criminals, right, hijack what should have been the people's democracy. I get to know that even though people usually refer to America as a democratic country, then what makes America democratic in that sense, and their own kind of democracy is a bit different from the rest of the world, is because what they have is not a democracy. They have constitutional republic. Do you understand what that means? Constitutional republic means now all of them, 50 states in America, came together, set the articles of their independence, the article of the union, been at the article of independence, something that everyone came with their own terms and conditions. All parties agreed and they formed the United States of America. And that is why institutions are very powerful than individuals. So if you go to Africa, Nigeria, what you have is the diluted or a bit of a watered down kind of a fake democracy that is put together to make people believe that once they have an election, then they have this kind of like belief that they are participating in choosing their own representatives, an illusion of democracy, which in practice is completely unitary system that they are forcing on you. Democracy requires people talking. It requires people debating, right? Arguing, and then agreeing. That is why they say you can always disagree to agree. You don't have to be you don't have to disagree. You don't have to be. You don't have to disagree in order just to be disagreeable. Is that how they say it? Confusing. The point there is the fact that what they forced on you in Nigeria is not democracy. It is an invention that gave way for the criminal military guys and their civilian friends to agree, right, on a system that at least will shield the criminals who ruin the country during the military program, right? While the civilians will do theirs, but the military will protect them if they want to protect their loot. A kind of an unwritten agreement, all tucked into a fake constitution called 1999 Constitution. It is a military decree written by just 4 people. 4 people sat, drafted, right? And then passed it onto the democratic government. You get that now? So then back to these guys who are pretending to be worried because, the table has turned, right? Few years back, people like Bugaje, they were there to remind us when Bokwari was in power, right? To remind us why it wasn't ideal per se to demand for true federalism, because true federalism in the sense simply means that the poor husband and the rich wife would have to do their things separately and by an agreement that is not going to work for the North. Bukwari destroyed Nigeria. And I promise you this, right? Half of those who are from northern part of Nigeria following Bukwari would tear you down for that statement. Because to them, Tifnubu has made Bukwari almost like a saint. Yeah, like better version. So the point here is this. Nigeria, as you currently have it, as it is currently set up, right, is an illusion of some people somewhere. It is not of yours. So Tifnubu hold all the powers right now. And somehow they remember that this is not going to end well. Or it's not going to end well. If this, like heaven will follow and all of that stuff. But here is how they are still very much wrong. Wrong in the sense that they want somebody else to do it. They want the Akpabiole's Senate, the one you already know. They want Akpabiole's Senate to remove the power to appoint INEC from Tifnubu, like now. you know. So I said, why can't they just call for a national conference? You know, there's something about Nigeria that you also need to know, especially those of you who are politically conscious. You see, uh, there's nothing called national cohesion in that place. The only unifying factor among few of these guys is, is their greed. And they are united in that sense. Why majority of you are united in your maybe bigotry and tribalism or what have you, and every other nonsense that they use to distract people, from the real thing. They are united in their greed, and that is what is still keeping Nigeria one. So if Nigeria is going to implode, this is my observation. Nigeria is going to implode. It is not going to be because millions of Nigerians have been dipped into poverty. Millions others have been subjected to a decade-long terrorism. While millions of children have had their own future stolen from them without them even knowing right now. Do you get that now? All of these are enough, possibly, to trigger you and take them down. But you won't do anything. What I suspect will indeed break this cycle will be when their greed has become so uncontrollable, right? That fighting for that, they call it national cake, fighting for that national cake will become bloodier. And yeah, that is what would then possibly get it to explode too. It has to start from them. And you see the way they are pursuing this, their 2027, and the way it is going to probably end, you may have something closer to that, but it's going to be from them. It's going to be from them. Anyway, El Rufaya, who said that they needed to stop Tifnubu, they had to stop Tifnubu in 2027, or else Tifnubu has all it takes. And the points are there, the signs are there. He has all it takes to be president for life. Bugaje says something about that. But before we come to Bugaje, there is another individual talking about it just doesn't make any sense. If something doesn't make any sense, like they are postulating, right? It is not by patch, amend, and all of that they are doing in this their National Assembly that will actually fix that. You need to eat the streets. You need to bring these your supporters that you want to convince to participate in a charade in an already rigged election, right? You should be able to, you are expecting millions indeed, then you should be able to move them out like they do in the rest in the other part of the world. You move them to the National Assembly, make your demands known, and what is wrong with you having it right by saying no elections until so and so is done, and it must be done in a timely manner? I don't know, maybe my imagination won't wound me, but listen to this guy.
Well, I think it goes back to where we have just ended. And that is that, can we afford as a nation to continue to vest in the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria that responsibility to appoint not just the chairman, but other national electoral officers, including resident electoral officers? The powers are so wide. Now, it is worse when such a president will also be a participant, will also contest the election to be superintended by his appointees. I mean, common sense frowns at that. Logic is not susceptible to any logical thinking. And I think that even the law itself, as lawyers, we are told that a man cannot be a judge in his own cause. This time around, you cannot appoint somebody into a process in which you will participate. So from those angles, it is very clear that we needed to make profound rearrangement and reforms. There have been suggestions, which is to say that we are not short of ideas on what can be done. This report, this committee have proposed that the appointment of at least the chairman of INEC to be by the National Judicial Commission. And the reasons are not far-fetched. It is that such a body is not political as such. But more importantly, it is a judicial, quasi-judicial body that will be able to ward off to some extent or to a large extent political interference. I will even go further. Well, I think it goes back.
Don't worry. Sorry, you said enough. Get it. You know, many times people have said, some observers have said that it will make a good deal of a difference, right? If Africans developed their own type of government, the one that works for them. People have suggested that with the level of underdevelopment in the country caused by, you know, cash flights, resources being looted, they claim the resources are few, not enough for the population of Nigeria. Okay, but the resources that is not enough is being monopolized, privatized by these rogues and their friends. The resources is not being judiciously used in the country, which is obvious. So people have suggested that there seems to be a bit of a style of government that tend to work a little bit towards, you know, keeping what they could call national cohesion at the time when everyone was running their own affair. And why can't we do that in the minimum if they don't want to break up Nigeria for their, God knows, selfish reasons? But if you care for the millions of people in it, right, you will obviously believe that if this is democracy, the ones that they are making you believe is the only one you can have, the one that impoverishes the majority and, you know, turn a few unproductive criminals to billionaires, then that is crazy. A democracy like that. You get me now? So people could rule themselves. A system where, fair enough, you already have 6 regions to start with. You were supposed, people are saying that, you know, the center from time immemorial, well, after 1966, right, when they decided to concentrate all powers at the center and make a single person, a single individual, the most powerful person. It's already proved one to you recently by removing a democratically elected government. You all know the reason why it got away with that. You can't run a country like that. So they have always all been talking about devolvement of power. Let's devolve power. Let the regions have access to their resources and pay tax to the center. You know, all those ideas. The reason why they never wanted that to, they don't even want to try it anymore, right? Is because it is easier this way to share the supposed people's resources among themselves, enrich themselves, cover it up, and enjoy their loot after. If Nigeria should break into this kind of path, first thing first, you won't have 36 state governors. You hardly have probably maybe 6. And if you like, you can call them governor, you can call them regional administrators, you can give them any title that makes it pretty much like less flamboyant than what you have right now. So do you know how much you're going to save from that? And yeah, let everybody get creative. with the resources in their own different regions. These are ideas that can help cut down the size of government, make government job make politics unattractive in that sense, where people think they could go and make money. And if anybody becomes a rogue, or any group of people becomes a rogue in your region, you can vote them out. They don't have the national Abuja military and INEC. No, you're going to conduct your election in your place, and you are going to declare the winner in your place. So if anybody rigs you, you're going to sort it the way you choose to sort it, to resolve it in your own place. There won't be anybody sending some military men or other security officials that doesn't even speak your language in order to come and quell you, in order to empower criminals to take over your place. So that won't be the issue of the national security as well. Will become like, because your nation will be your region enough that you do everything to protect your people, won't you? You have the chance of raising your own, national guard, being a local guard, arm them to the till, defend your territory enough that nobody can interfere from outside to influence the type of security you should have or compromise your security architecture. These are the ideas that ordinarily people believe that would help. But the downside is the fact that Nigeria is a country where the reason for our existence today also is because it is a country that they rob Peter to pay Paul. So they have convinced, especially some of the northern states, they've convinced themselves and their people, right, that if Nigeria breaks in that regard, or true federalism is practiced in that sense, that northern Nigeria will suffer. But the thing is, Nigeria has been together for a while now, right? The northern Nigeria takes quite a chunk of their resource, their allocation. They take a handful of that, but yet they've never really done anything to reduce the level of poverty among their people, coupled with the insecurity. And I'm not blaming just them. I'm talking about I'm just kind of like pointing that out from statements people have made in the past, where they said that the reason why they can't break is because Nigeria is the same, because the northern Nigeria will suffer if Nigeria breaks. Do you get what I mean now? So this is wrong. This is not true. The criminals who are stealing the money, they are protected by Nigeria. Do you understand? They are protected. Majority of them right now don't even live in the north. From their state capital to Abuja, they live in Abuja. And from Abuja, they go to this like they are visiting their states. Or they are protected by this contraption that they could get away with that. But with a segmented where everybody go back to their own region to run things, right? In your own way. You can't run away anywhere. Are you going to leave Enugu, the capital of the East? Are you going to leave Enugu and start, as a governor in Enugu, administrator in Enugu, and or in the East, and you are going to go and be living in Lagos, and you are going to go back to that place? That's not going to happen. So this can bring about a healthy competition. This one that they have managed to politically structure Nigeria in a way that the commercial center, the heartbeat of the economy is located in a place, while the other areas are just left to rot away, right? If you are running your own affair, right, in that sense, people in the East, they will develop the area. People in the West will stay and develop. The people in the North, and those who want to travel to any of those places to do their business can do the same if Nigeria ever break. This will be healthier. This can bring about, a competitive development across board. And indeed, right, anyone who then tolerates or pampers their own criminals, they will have themselves to blame without pointing fingers and say, oh, you caused it, that one caused it, this or that. You know what I mean? Like you have right now. All right. So the idea of Tifnubu going for third term or ruling for life that you are hearing now, right? It's like you're going to hear that for a long time if they fail to stop him in 2027 as they are planning. Bugaje said something about that. Like Obasanjo that seemed to have more clout than Tifnumbu tried it and he failed. Talking about third term, as El Rufai has said, that Tifnumbu has, I mean, they are seeing all the point, they are seeing all the sign that Tifnumbu will likely perpetuate himself in power. How? As how now? But again, right? Here, Bugaje.
I can confirm to you that Obasanjo looked for a third term. He did everything that he could within his power to get third term. He failed to do so. Now, the fact that he did not take a telephone to make a particular call to anybody, or he did not put anything in writing on third term, is not sufficient evidence that he did not look for third term. It's just simply the style. It's a matter of style. But all of us in the National Assembly at that time knew beyond any doubt that he worked day and night. And many of us were threatened by his own agents. And there were people who suffered different type of harm. I recall Senator Victor Lar, then the member of the House, and then the leader of the Northern Caucus of the House of Representatives, before a conference, had to hide in a number of places before we eventually were able to hold one critical gathering that actually helped us to galvanize the country in terms of standing up against Obasanjo's wish to have a third term. So, I mean, there are so many evidences, and these people who actually distributed the money and threatened us are still alive. Those who received the money are alive. Those who refused to receive the money are alive. There is sufficient evidence. I think Obasanjo should really come back to his senses and begin to see what contribution he can make to improve his country. But this is a matter that is incontrovertible.
Okay.
There is no way he can avoid it. He has done it.
Well, Dr. Bugaje, President Obasanjo threw a challenge in Ghana and said, whoever has any evidence to the contrary as to what he said should come out. You are the first to come out. You should expect a response from President Obasanjo because he may take you up.
I don't know if some of you remember that period. So Obasanjo convened a national conference. Okay, just similar one I'm trying to say they should do, call conference and adopt it. It's a long process, right? But you know, it is the closest thing that you can get to having an idea of what people want or how they want the country to be governed, which should have been the base or the basis for any form of system you want to build up in a country. People have to agree to these terms and all of that, all their input and everything considered, adopted, will now be the system you build on. Say, what kind of system are you running here? Our system. So Obasanjo convened one in 2005. Okay, and they brought people from all over the country to represent everybody from the country, every tribe, ethnic, religious, age grade, age groups, and that stuff. And they deliberated for months. They were paid hundreds of millions of naira. Good money. They all suggested all the ideas, what should be done to thieves, how police should be independent, how police IG should be nominated, how the chief justice of the country should emerge, what kind of elections and how the elections should be conducted, their resources, resource control, how much of the control should the locals have over their resources and how much of that should be given to the center. All these ideas, how many times should a governor spend in office? How many times should a president spend in office? All those ideas, we brought them together. Then in the middle of this deliberation, from nowhere, a group started pushing for third term, like in the constitution, in that deliberation, they wanted third terms for the president. That was the genesis. So he got knocked down to just 6 years, single term. If you want to be governor, it's just 6 years. If you want to be president, it's just 6 years. If you can't do what you want to do for 6 years, there is no second term. And the presidency will be going from one region to the other. Because of third term, Obasanjo buried that report. The entire money they spent on the conference, the entire deliberation, all the good stuffs, they begged him. They begged Obasanjo that even if you are not going to adopt everything from the conference, read the report. Pick some of them. They are needed in Nigeria. They are this. Rather than that, he just went straight to the National Assembly. Baba, they started sharing money back then, 50 million naira. I don't know how many of you remember. There is this guy called Suleiman Mantu. What's his name again? Ibrahim Mantu. Remember Ibrahim Mantu? He was the head of the Obasanjo's lobbyists at the National Assembly, right? They brought Ghana Must Go money, raw cash. Not one, no, not two, more than 15 bags of money was brought. They brought them to the National Assembly chamber like this as the bribes given to them by Obasanjo's men. He denied, and every now and then he keeps bragging that if he wanted third term, he would have gotten it, right? So it was said then at the time, one of the Obasanjo's men, I can't remember his name now. So one of them said they accused us of collecting money for third term. Those who rejected third term, did they not collect money too? Yeah, they collected money too, right? Because that then they were funded. The rejection of that third term was funded by Atifku. That's one of the reasons why Obasanjo said he would never forgive Atifku. And he told everybody that the kind of money Atifku stole, that if Obasanjo had allowed Atifku to succeed him, God will not forgive him. No, it's not just about the money they all stole. I mean, they all looted. They both stole it, right? No. It is more about, the first time when Obasanjo wanted to go for second term, right? They said because Obasanjo did not tell them early enough. So there were more than like 20 state governors, PDP governors, and even governors from other parties who were Atifku's friend. And they wanted Atifku to run for president in 2003. That it took Obasanjo prostrating for Atifku to leave him and let him run second term. And that was the reason why immediately after their elections in 2003, the problem between himself and Atifku kicked off. He wanted Atifku removed totally. I don't know if you know the story. So the second time Atifku bruised his ego was when they said Atifku funded the rejection of the third term. The rest is history today. Obasanjo, he's still doubling down. This is what he said on the matter in Ghana 2 days ago.
There are still some stupid Nigerians who still believe that I wanted a third term. I think I'm not a fool. If I wanted a third term, I know how to go about it. And there's no Nigerian, dead or alive, that will say, I call him, I told him I wanted a third term. None. And I keep telling them that, look, if I wanted to get debt relief, which is more difficult than getting a third term, and I got it, if I wanted a third time, I would have got it. But some people believe that unless they are there, nobody else. They will even tell you that they haven't got anybody else. And I believe that that is a sin against God.
ọ̀rọ̀ tó sọ yìí
OBJ, some stupid Nigerians. He was so angry that many of his supposed, super ministers who were closer to him in this government that he could have raised as his own successor to help him push whatever other reform he was doing at the time. He was so enraged that he had to go and drag a dying Yaradua. Why did he choose Yaradua to become the PDP candidate and eventual president? Because he was terminally ill. Yaradua knew. Obasanjo knew. He got his intel. Somebody who was not interested in the PDP, where have you then? He dragged him back into it. And people accused him of maybe he was hoping, because his last resort to stay on in office, Obasanjo, was if the candidate of a major political party should die in the middle of election, in the middle of campaign for election. So they would have to postpone the election for a year, allow the party concerned mourn and replace the candidates before the next election. I don't know how true that was, so, but that was what they were saying, right? Again, the rest is history today. Yaradua became the president. He was really unwell, but he took some decisions that people felt like it was good. Some were good and some were really bad, which includes his decision to stop Obasanjo's power project that they currently now use to taunt him. Obasanjo was building about 11 power stations at the time simultaneously, which ordinarily could have helped to boost Nigeria power generation and distribution. Yaradua stopped it for like 2 years. It was Jonathan that started retouching them again and started kind of like working to complete them. Maybe Bokwari finally completed some. Don't know. Obasanjo. He messed up what could have been, a change that Nigeria needed at the time. A change from the military democracy that they foisted on the country to something that can be like close to what people wanted or desired. No system is perfect, right? But a system that is so alien to the people, enough that you can easily tell that some are even saying that Nigeria is too big for them to govern. I'm like, no, because they are lawless people. They are criminals. Where rule of law is dead, right? There's nothing there that matters, not even anybody's life. That's what they have turned that contraption to. Yeah? So true federalism, you're never going to get that. Obasanjo, who felt like he was the only person who loved Nigeria the most, he is the only one who knows who can do better if it is not him. But he lost his entire mojo when he decided to burn the same house that made him the second time. At least you can say that. Burn it for the APC. Only for them to, believing that probably will become a tenant, a stakeholder. But that didn't last long. In fact, it didn't last longer than a year before they showed him his place. And today, he is as good as irrelevant. With these guys in charge, though, yeah, he's old. He's as good as irrelevant politically per se. Not anymore. OBJ. But let's leave that. Injustice that everybody suffers, right? Only few comes out to possibly speak about them because Nigeria was supposed to have a democracy. But it is not democracy. All right? The current face-off between Wike and Sowore didn't actually start today. Okay? So those of you who have been following the exchanges online, I have too. And the recent or the latest one is um, the petition sent to the Attorney General and the Governor of Florida over Wike and his family's properties in Florida, where Sowore is petitioning the government of the Office of the Attorney General, right, of the thief that Wike is, and how much of his criminality that is trying to possibly bury some in that America shouldn't be, shouldn't be ignored. And in fact, it would be ideal for the government of Florida to remember this money laundering act or money laundering law, this and that, from the politically exposed people, especially from Africa. Petition a long gone. So in that same breath, Omoyele Sowore personally also released some documents that were believed to be like the deed of agreement or the deed of transfer or something on this property to their children's names and then the wife. We have also had people who have taken critical look at this document, right? And they have pointed out some flaws. All of these, I have put them together. I'll share them with us this evening. Sowore's lawyer is Adeyanju. And Adeyanju that drafted this letter addressed it straight to the Attorney General, Honorable James Othniel, the Attorney General's office, state of Florida, their capital, Tallahassee, Florida. I am not going to read everything, okay? I'm just going to jump through them. And originally, the petition, from what I have gathered, right, the petition itself is about 36 or so pages, 34, 36 pages, which includes the evidence of all this. But in part, the petition for forfeiture and prosecution in respect of properties acquired in Florida by Mr. Ezenwo Unyesom Wike. That is CON, Minister of the Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria. So we are solicitors to Mr. Omoyele Sowore, hereinafter referred to as our client. So let's go to part one, or should I say subject of our petition. Mr. Ezenwo Unyesom Wike, CON, has been a career politician and public officer since 1999, with no discernible record of legitimate private enterprise that could justify vast foreign wealth, notwithstanding recent investigative reports herein attached for ease of reference, corroborated with public records in the state of Florida, shows that he and his spouse, Honorable Justice Eberechi Suzette Unyesom Wike of the Nigerian Court of Appeal, have secretly purchased 3 multi-million-dollar lakeside properties in Winter Springs, Florida, now collectively valued at well over $6 million, and have subsequently transferred ownership of these properties to their children, namely Jordan and others. Right? Hang on, where's the other one? The second one. Number 2. To Jordan. Okay. So, They read in concert. These states and federal regimes create overlapping and reinforcing grounds for the forfeiture of subject properties. The U.S. Department of Justice Kleptocracy Asset Recovery Initiative, launched in 2010, provides a ready mechanism for action in these kinds of cases, where corrupt foreign officials launder stolen public wealth into the United States under the guise of ordinary family transfers. Similarly, under Nigerian law, Section 18 of the Money Laundering Prevention and Prohibition Act 2022 criminalizes concealing, disguising, converting, or transferring property known to be proceeds of an unlawful act, whether within or outside Nigeria. What emerges therefore is not simply a question of domestic Nigerian corruption, but an instance of illicit wealth finding sanctuary in the real estate market of Florida. The United States has long taken a principled stance against kleptocracy and money laundering. To allow these assets to remain untouched would be to provide a safe haven for the process of corruption. 2, our prayers. These are the prayers. Sowore's prayers to the government of Florida. So I'm trying to bring up a particular image of Wike. I don't know why I do that all the time. Yeah. Just give me a sec. Right. So, Eberechi, Wike's wife, she's a judge of the Court of Appeal in Nigeria. So, Sowore is demanding for Angon, the prayers. It is in light of the foregoing that we respectfully pray that the Office of the Attorney General of Florida investigate the source of funds used in these acquisitions and establish to be the process of money laundering or other unlawful activity. Immediately commence forfeiture proceedings against the identified properties in Seminole County acquired by Mr. Wike and transferred to his children. B, institute criminal prosecution against all individuals who facilitated or executed the transaction in accordance with the Florida Money Laundering Act. C, impose a visa ban and related sanctions on Mr. Wike to prevent further abuse of U.S. territory as a safe haven for corrupt enrichment. We stand ready to provide all supporting documents, witness testimony, and further particulars of Mr. Wike's illicit activities. We have also retained U.S.-based counsel who are prepared to collaborate with your office to ensure that so the people of Nigeria have been impoverished for decades by the diversion of public funds. It will be a perversion of justice if those funds siphoned through abuse of office are allowed to flourish. In Florida's a real estate market. We therefore urge your good office to act decisively, consistent with both Florida's laws against money laundering and the United States of America's commitment to anti-corruption globally. Please accept assurance. So this is from Angono. One copy Attorney General of the United States, no. Bondi, as well as which one is Ambassador of the United States of America to Nigeria, Richard Mills. So no wonder the American embassy in Nigeria tweeted something similar to this by saying that corrupt Nigerians or corrupt politicians will be denied visa to America. You know, where Wike was like, if there's anybody that doesn't like going to America, it's me. Anyway, just for the optic, okay? These are Wike's family. Wike's wife is the one that is next to my, here. This one. That's Wike's wife. So Wike's son, okay, let's son, Wike himself, like that. Then the wife, then Wike's son, and then Wike's daughter. So they all have 3 houses in Florida right now, 3 properties that is transferred to them according to Wike, transferred to them by their grandfather. Their mom's dad gave them the houses. Unfortunately, the man that gave them houses doesn't even have any house to his name in the entire America. No house to his name. But he gave his grandkids 3 houses according to Wike. Wike also indicted his family or his wife when he said his wife or his family, his wife and his children are Americans. Now, an American can be your judge, shouldn't be your judge in Nigeria, by the way. Doesn't matter anymore. A Genene drug dealer is your president. Eh? And there's some of your state governors, they all have dual citizenship of different countries. The place they would end up if Kasala burst in the contraption. So here is where we have something called the twist. Okay. The twist here now is that Sowore decided to share this with us. Right? It's called a quit claim deed. Okay. So he shared this to, you know what I mean? He highlighted the parties involved in the transfer of these properties over time. Okay. And I think I've got another one. I think it's this, where is it? Yeah, this one. Yeah. So if you read partly, right? 2021 AD, Eberechi Wike married a grantor whose address is blah 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 drive. You see that there? Hereafter called the grantor to transfer it. So Eberechi transfer this to herself and her son Jordan. In this particular one, the other 2, yeah, Joaquin was named as you know, the inheritor. Be what do you call a grantor? And if you check this other one here on the left on your screen, what's that one there? Eberechi, yes, some Wike. Okay. Anyway, now that you've seen that, right? Then someone like no, they decided to take a look at some of these documents. The properties in Florida is obviously owned by or transferred to be owned by Wike's children and his wife. Do you understand? So if you go onto the Florida kind of like, I think it's Florida property registration website or so, right? You couldn't see that there. Just put the address. You get to see the owner. I think you pay $1 or $2 for you to be able to have that information. That one is there. But you see these ones, they are supposed to possibly be part of the document presented in order to transfer the property to, would he transfer the property to? So the bone of contention here is that both Wike and his wife, without stolen money, there is no way they could afford their properties. No way. They have no other real business known to them, right? So that's the bone of contention. Others are like, no, pay attention to this. Something is not right. And for me, well, I decided I'm going to add it to what you also need to see. As much as we would want to see this criminal nailed, at the same time, we should try to make sure that, it is done and it is done right. All right. So somebody did this. Started to show to us that why are the names of these individuals kind of like highlighted in what was supposed to be a document that like the font. They said the font is different from the rest. And when you check when you check the document very well, there's so many grammatical blunders. So, for example, if you go to, if you check, you see those people who just cycled, writings, like the date, 22nd day, July, 2021 AD. They don't write anything like that in Florida from the findings, okay? So when you go to the other one and say, okay, so a sign of comparisons, right? Corporations, you realize that that's a grammatical blunder, meaning whether it is generated with an AI or something, it's probably supposed to be like corporations, right? Then when you go further, you see something like receipt of 10 hahi. What is 10 hahi, right? So when you go to the next one, the next line, where do you see that dollars, $10, yeah? So go to the second line in that paragraph and read from where it says, and put claim, what is that? And got claim, whatever that means. You get what I mean now? Also, the first line, by the way, it said the receipt whereof. It says whereof. And, there's so many kind of grammatical blunders that makes the document kind of like questionable. You get what I mean? So you see where they are there, Florida, lot 55, the reserve at Tuscaloosa phase 2, right? Now you get to the part, Seminole County, Florida, instead of Florida. That's kind of like a typo too. And you get to the next page, next paragraph, second line, underlined one there, appertaining, anyways appertaining. That's pretty much has no meaning. So this individual did this just so we are not all carried away by the expose. Do you get me now? Like we don't start looking stupid. Like, are you sure that's actually a government document? I was like, yeah. Can you not see the stamp? Here is another one. So this was what Sowore shared to let us see that, look at this, how they transfer the properties, this and that, right? But here is what somebody did on that. One second. Oh, is that the same? No. No, that's different. So it is believed that, we want something that, hang on, there's one I wanted to share with you. If you look at that stamp has no real meaning. First, when you look at the name on that stamp, the writing on the stamp, see something like Da No Guy Paiti SP of your reader of Lord Neil. That doesn't have any meaning. So I saw that, I kind of clocked it, and I'm like, we already have what we needed. And that is the fact that Wike is not denying that he's got properties in Florida, because you can go to government websites, all right? The most is, I don't know if the government website will ask you to pay, but there are websites that will give you all the details of the property owner and all that, maybe by paying $1. So we already have that. And he never denied. What he is saying is that he is not the one that bought the properties. And if anybody have the evidence where he transferred the money and gave the money to buy properties, because he knows that you will never find that. You won't. So the only way you can get it done is to probe his wife. She's a judge in Nigeria. So she can tell how did she get, because when Wike said he didn't know anything about it, so it's not his money or anything. So it is the wife that will now say, the property was given to me by my dad, and this is the money of the money given to me by my dad and my own money. You know what I mean? Like, it's the wife that would have to defend that, or they get away with it. So Deji and Sowore, I'm not asking you to leave him, or sure you get, because somehow there should be some level of fear in the minds of these guys, because right now they believe that they've conquered the people, and people can complain and cry as all they like, right? There's nothing there anybody can do to them. So yeah, if you have to give them sleepless nights, be my guest. Yeah, Abba. But here is another one. A commissioner in Taraba. Is that Taraba? Taraba Commissioner for Finance, right? Was supposed to be sitting for a professional ICANN examination, okay? But she's too busy to sit for her own professional examination. God knows how long she's been, or is, I don't know if it's he or she. But a lady was caught by the examination invigilator, right? Who found that somebody was impersonating the real student, because the real student is the commissioner for finance in a state. So this person came to. Now, I don't know how this is like even possible, other than when you know that the system that has become so broken, right? Stuffs like this is like a common thing. You have criminals who are holding political offices with forged certificates, forged school qualifications, forged from fake schools all over the place. And the job of their SSS or DSS, their job is to screen these guys and make sure that they're not lying about anything. No, nobody is screening anybody. Criminals in charge of a country from every part of it. So this happened. Watch.
Tell me your name.
Yes. My name is Livet Felix.
Your name is what?
Livet.
Livet Felix. Okay. So why are you here?
I'm here to write an ICANN exam for
Can you please speak up? I need to.
Sarah.
Sarah. Yeah. Mention it louder because
Sarah.
Okay. You are writing for Sarah Adi, right? Okay.
So who is she?
Who is she? She's not a member. She's an ICANN student.
Who is she?
So can you please tell me your name, your address, and your phone number?
My name is Livet Felix.
Okay. Your
President, Grace Junior. Bypass, Grace Junior.
Grace Junior.
Yes.
Bypass. Okay. What's your phone number? Can you please?
08033
Okay.
And please, you've not answered the other question. Who
Is this?
sent you to write this exam? Who directed you? The owner of this something. What did you say is the name? Sarah.
Sarah.
So who is the Sarah?
Enoch Adi.
Okay, writing for Sarah Adi.
She has mentioned it that she's writing for
that's what I'm
Sarah
saying.
Adi.
Who is the person? Where does the person work?
Where does the person work?
live? We need the identity of the person.
But you told me earlier when we were talking. You said you work. I was trying to confirm your information. You said you work in Ministry of Education, Ministry of Finance. So most likely you mentioned that the person's office. Am I correct? So
So the
who now
Minister of
works at
Finance
Ministry of
mentioned
Finance?
earlier. So who was it you linked to the Minister of Finance?
Do you know that what you are telling me is not true? Because what you told me, I confirmed. I know. When she mentioned it, I checked on her CRM from office.
Yes.
And I confirmed the address to be the address of the person who sent her.
Okay.
Because I saw, when she mentioned it, I confirmed, okay, fine, good. Before I ask you a question, you saw me going to open my system. I have looked using the student registration number. I have the person's data. Everything you were confirming, and that was why I knew. As you mentioned, I asked you for the phone number. I asked you for when you registered, and everything you gave me didn't match what is on the record in my system, and that's why. So.
What I'm telling you is true, but just I don't know the woman in person.
You don't personally know the person.
Huh? You see,
was it a ghost?
Don't worry, Olu. Do you know what we're going to do? All the information we're getting here. All the information it's okay. All the information we're getting here, we're going to get double verification from the police.
Yes.
Since we want to make it easy.
That is it.
I think that is the only thing. We'll go with the police after taking the report.
Because she is not ready to say that.
Since we want to make it easy, we want to make it easy for them and they don't want it.
So if you give us information, you just go.
No, there's no need to waste our time.
Do all the recordings you are doing. All of them you take their recording. But now that they are trying to be difficult, after writing the report, we go with them to police.
Can you please tell me your name?
My name is Abraham.
Your name is what?
Abraham Moses.
Okay. Why are you here?
I'm here to write an ICANN exam.
For who?
For Mr. Martins Emmanuel.
Martins Emmanuel.
Yes.
Okay. Where do you reside?
I reside opposite Catholic Cathedral, my 6.
Okay, my 6. Okay. What's your phone number? Can you mention your phone number?
070.
Okay.
6243.
Okay.
9681.
Okay.
Do you know that it's a criminal offense to write exams for somebody?
Huh?
Are you aware of that?
I am aware.
You know it's a criminal offense to write exams for somebody and you still went ahead to do it. So are you being fair to yourself? Let me ask. You are not fair to yourself.
Yes.
So why did you do that to yourself?
I was called by someone to come around.
Who contacted you? Contracted you for the job?
Mr. Joshua.
Joshua who?
Joshua what?
I don't really know his second name.
Somebody just called you Joshua, you don't know him, just contracted you. Where does he work?
Not that I don't know him.
Okay.
No,
He's not a member of ICANN.
yes, sir.
We are asking this question because we are also going to get the Joshua through you. If someone also sent the Joshua, maybe it's a member we need to know. All of them said Joshua, Abi. So we need to know the Joshua, and all that, because this case will not be taken out, and all that. So how many you are still on?
Yes.
How many papers have you written now?
So far I've taken
4.
Yes.
Okay. And the previous diets or previous exams, how many did you write for him?
No, I just started.
This is the first time you're writing for this person. What is the name of the person again? Can you mention the name?
Mr. Martins.
Mr. Martins. Can you call his exams number there? His registration number on the booklet. It's not here, Abi. Can you help it? I want them to. Please, can we get the docket? Let him mention the exam number himself.
Please bring the dockets for the people.
Dockets there.
So I think they need to put it in the
Yes,
report. Let them put it in the report. I beg.
Because
Not too much. There are some of you watching this who are very much aware that that's kind of like a usual practice. They said they sent these guys, they are professional exams writers. Okay, so they can go in and sit in for you, and yeah, you can pass your civil service promotional examination and what have you. Yeah, but that's a commissioner for finance. ICANN is the Institute of the Chartered Accountant of Nigeria, I think. Because I think when you write the ICANN examinations, you become chartered, Abi? And that's what makes you an accountant, I think. So somebody is in charge of the accounts of a state called Taraba. Has no knowledge, skills, but the person is handling billions of Taraban's money. And going to sit for his own professional examination. The professional certificate that is going to hang in his office. And they love that in that place. Yeah, they love awards. They love all these trophies, frames, everything. It's a lovely thing there. You know. Now when you walk into somebody's office now, and you see all their professional stuff plastered on the wall. Something will probably should remind you and say, how many of these did he actually get by himself or paid people to? These are the compromised, corrupt criminals in charge of important institutions in the country. These are people who are making decisions that affect the lives of millions of people. And they are everywhere. You know. It's sad. There's a group called NAPTIP. You get NAPTIP is like a body that helps to rescue what do you call that thing again? I want to say it like there's a word for it. Trafficked people, especially young people. So NAPTIP is the agency that wages war on traffickers, human traffickers. So if you have any information about somebody maltreating any child, or you notice that some group of young children are being transported by a single individual who is not their relatives, the right person to call, they will say, call NAPTIP. So something happened. In Nigeria, there are tens of thousands of children that goes missing in Nigeria every month. And I'm just being conservative about it without making it look like, really? Yeah, tens of thousands of children are missing. There are those who goes about and just now anyone's children and they go sell them for money. It's only when they are caught, right, that you begin to wonder like, how could, in Nigeria, they have what they call the baby factory, where some madam and their accolade, and their accomplices, they will camp young girls, and not even that young girls, women, they will camp them in a place and they will turn them into, baby breeding factory, only to sell the children off. All of this exists in that contraption where there's supposed to be law and order that covers that, right? We've had individuals arrested for stealing somebody's child from Kano and taking them straight to the south or even to Anambra. Or they caught somebody who stole somebody's children, people's children from Enugu and sold them to other people in Kano. News like this are very rampant. Just Google it. So NAPTIP is in between to save these children. What do you now do if NAPTIP is accused of abducting 2 children, selling them off, forcefully converted them? Like, what would you kind of do? They took 2 boys from Enugu and they sold them to somebody in Kano, but they were caught. Yeah. So what I heard is that the NAPTIP also works with some of these orphanage homes and wherever you, in a place where they believe that they could also serve as a shelter for these vulnerable children whenever they are rescued. Here is a lady, a NAPTIP lady, on this issue.
How long, man? You say they are coming. Nasarawa Children's Home. The name of that place is Kano. Nasarawa Children's Home.
Kano.
How long now? How long
okay,
now?
Wait. What, that number they used to call, is it one number?
They are using. I have the number. How long now? How many months now? I have the
They're
number.
going to give us the number they used to call you.
Yes.
If they are more than one number, give us the
Madam,
number they used to call
Madam, how many more? How do you say? How long have they carried these children? On 15th June.
June, since June.
Yes.
So where have you reported to?
We reported to DS. We call DSS. They say it's not allowed. We are
It's not allowed.
We are not. DSS say we not.
Did you report to any police station?
Yes.
Which police station?
I report B division.
Which day? Was it
that day? That
same day?
Ask the
DSS too, right?
Yes. And the Ministry of Women Affairs.
And then what was?
So she believes that the children are in a certain home, Nasarawa something home in Kano, right? The other video about it is not something I want to share. That's where you have the children who have been renamed. You know, they've been given different names that reflects like Hausa names. And they are already been raised like they were born and raised in Kano. So it's a scandal. But for the soldiers who have been sent to go and fight the terrorists, some of them arrived at their, the place of assignment, I think, EPA, primary place of assignment. They made video of the state of the, their supposed, camp with nothing, saying we are here to fight the terrorists and all of that, but look at how they are treating us. When I see it, I'll share it. Here.
As you can see, this was where the soldiers moved in. Empty hall. Empty hall. One captain just came out from no angle. All they said, captain. What was that? Is it captain for follow? Is it Fala here? Be Fala what? Empty hall. Nothing is inside this hall. He chased all the soldiers out. This is Zamfara. One brigade camp. He came in, chased all the soldiers out, that they should go and sleep outside, where there are reptiles. As you can see now, these are soldiers' load, which he evacuated from the hall. Outside. Left an empty hall. And there are a lot of reptiles in this bush, in this outside. Some people were being stung by scorpion. These are soldiers living like refugees, which they are fighting for their father's land. Living like refugees. How do you expect the morale to be high? And this is the accommodation that they are staying. Just only 6 officers in this.
You won't need a car to travel. You won't need an aeroplane to travel. You will just say, I want to go to London. And you'll be in London. Whether you believe it or not.
You won't need one to travel. It's crazy. Not like they were expecting to be given a 5-star luxury hotel or going to fight a war, right? But that place, man, sort of like isolates them. If the terrorists come from all the angles, they are as good as dead. You know what I mean? But yeah, we wish them well, Yesterday, we're all rounding up about to go from church, right? So that was when the guest prophet that they brought to come and bless all of us in the church. And it was all right until we're almost like rounding up to go. And this guest prophet grabbed the microphone and then he announced.
Bari phone mi, orí lórí òkè àgbélú 14 Pro Max ni. Photo mi wà lójú ẹ̀, màá fún ẹ ní 100,000 tó bá mú wá fún mi.
Anyone that sees our father in the lost 14 Pro Max phone
from
the mountain should please return it.
Ẹja gbà pé kò yọ, ó bá mi rí iye ni.
The person help us to find it.
Ṣùgbọ́n tí ó bá jẹ́ DSS ló track yẹ.
But if it is DSS that track it.
Gbogbo tí mo nílé ayé nìfín rẹ̀ wọ̀n.
Whatever I have, I will use to put that person in prison.
Ẹ gbọ́, màá mọ̀ jẹ́ ó lọ wò wá.
I will let that person go and come back.
Sọ pé lọ wò wá. Sọ pé fọ́tà rẹ ni tára ẹ̀ sọ pé lọ wò wá.
Go and look at it.
Ẹ̀yin táwọn ọ̀tá yẹn pé sọ pé lọ wò wá. Ọ̀tá ilé mi lọ wò wá.
My enemy go and look at it.
Orí yín pé àwọn ọkùnrin tó wà mẹ́rin ti já orí yín pé èmi kẹ́wà pẹ̀lú yín bẹ̀yẹn ẹ pé sọ pé lọ wò wá sẹ̀. Ọlọ́sẹ̀ jẹ́ ó mọ̀ sọ pé ẹ lọ wò wá sẹ̀. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ pariwo àmì bí ọ̀tá ilé yín bá rí fóònù mi.
Nuisance lélẹ́yìí.
At the end of the day, is actually a nuisance. So what happened is that they lifted pastor's iPhone 14 Pro Max, and he was there telling the congregation that I am not saying you have stolen my phone. Probably you saw it and you helped me found it. But if you fail to give me back my phone, right, I can use DSS to track you, and I will send you to prison. Like I will follow you to prison. But ladies and gentlemen, we don't see the phone still. So he said, that is, I will send you to prison to go and find out what it is like in prison. Oh yeah, I'll send you to go and check. While he's doing lowowa, person will steal the phone they do. Prophet, esoboti law. At the end of the day, right? He never found the phone. Oh yeah, that's just by the way. Okay, the people of Abuja, right? Mambila, I think it's called the Mambila military camp or Mambila barracks next to the bridge. Yeah, somebody recorded what that looked like after the rain.
Inside though. When you saw. Hey, this water don't sink, oh. This water don't sink, oh. You don't sink finish, no, I don't forget. What's it with this? Look at this one. I need more there.
Express, now express with this.
No, let me hide. Don't tell all this one get balance. This one, you get this thing, not get balance for ground. Before your phone fall. Inside though. When you saw.
No casualty, so it's better, right? And I actually have these two things there I want to give before we go, but I also want to remind you, if you're watching me on YouTube, take a moment and like the broadcast. So if we can keep it like this, right, we can possibly, have you noticed that we have more people in tonight like we've had in the last, few weeks? Yeah. So it is because, keep liking it. If you have liked the broadcast just once, it's okay. Just I say, don't do it again, just once. Right. And then share it. Share the video. So like that, we're going to beat the algorithm. We're going to get a little bit over it, and then we're going to bounce back. Right. And so all of you as well who have reached out and those who wanted to reach out. Just so you know, big thanks to those who have chipped in their widow's mite, right? I appreciate you. Thank you. I was going to do a fundraiser tonight, but probably do that some other time. However, for those who believes that if Nigeria law or the Nigerian judiciary, if they have by any means lived up to their responsibilities, right, there is a chance that corruption, abuse of power, election manipulations, and the rest of that in that country won't be as high as it is now. Because the only people they likely fear most is the judiciary, but they are not really afraid of them. With a Wike, who believes very much that he's got what it takes to get the or keep the judiciary very much under the wrap of Tifnumbu. Like I said, I believe so. So he went out today to go and check the the houses he's building for the judges in Abuja. So Larry, Yinka, share the video. And my own message from it is, this is what they are building for them. They will give it to them by next year, before the election. And then just have it at the back of your mind that the people that you are going to go to, if they tell you to go to court, right? They would have to choose between ruling on your behalf, like the true, give you the real judgment, or remember these fine buildings that Wike is constructing for them as gift for judges. You get it? You get it? You don't get it, forget about it. You know? I will be happy if you can show me any educational project of the Wike in Abuja where they are constructing new schools, new blocks of classroom like that, in that kind of the way you saw the judges' mansions they are building, right? Or hospitals in Abuja, clinics that they are rebuilding in that kind of way, like in that fancy, beautiful ways, right? These are the guys that will build, they will renovate 2 blocks in a school. And then it's empty. Okay, they will commission big building as hospitals, but the building is empty. But they will build houses for judges, for politicians. They will furnish it to detail. Man, Nigerians are unlucky. The criminal politicians in Nigeria are so lucky. Chai. They are. Injustice is everywhere. Here is another brother adding his own voice to what has now become obvious, that Nnamdi Kanu is not being prosecuted for any crime. He is being persecuted for his idea and his ideals, and because of where he comes from. That the Nigerian system, the Nigerian criminals are negotiating with a terrorist openly. I mean, come on. Like, how long do you think it's going to take you to see through all of this? How many people need to say it to you before you understand that this is not prosecution? It is persecution. They are responsible for what we call the insecurity that they orchestrated, politically sponsored in the eastern part of Nigeria, right? And a man that they would never allow, right, to use their own supposed law. I mean, places where there are laws as archaic and as stupid as they are sometimes, right? The law still couldn't really jail him. It couldn't it couldn't prosecute him without the interference from these rogues that have no intention of obeying any law. They don't have intention of obeying any court. And for your information, by the way, we're supposed to have Maazi Nnamdi Kanu's no case submission decided on the 10th of October. I have just heard that they have brought it forward to the 26th of September, meaning this Friday, the Friday of this week, right? The Nigerian courts will rule if Nnamdi Kanu has any case to answer or not. That was his last submission, right? But here is a brother who want to add his own voice too. Listen.
When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu talked about the presence of Fulani Janjaweeds in Nigeria, we thought he was just singing. We thought he was saying something possibly born out of the hatred of the Northerners or the Fulanis by the Igbos. But it's now becoming clear, because I am telling you sincerely, it's only the powerful almighty Janjaweeds that can pull this thing that just happened recently in Katsina in regards negotiating with bandits, leaving them with their weapons fully intact, and at the same time even coming to make demands for schools, markets, and the rest of it. That is to say, we're still talking about Ruga Settlement Part 2. That is just it. Sincerely. And I'm telling you, the way it looks now, it seems this Fulani Janjaweeds have Janjaweed clerics, Janjaweed politicians, and funny enough, it's not even just all about being a Muslim or Islam. The fact is, even if you are a Muslim or not, I am telling, even if you are a Muslim, as long as you are not of the Janjaweed family, I am telling you that means you are not even a Muslim. Because the way it looks now, the Janjaweed family actually is all about the radical explanation or definition of Islam, the way they understand it. I am telling you, and that is why they are able to render havoc on even Muslims themselves. And if you think what we are saying is not true, in the midst of all this kidnapping, tell me Fulanis that have been kidnapped and that they have demanded ransom for. Or tell me how many Fulani communities have been ravaged with these same people. And what is the argument? The argument, the initial reason for these such actions in the first place was based on the fact that they were attacked. A lot of their people were attacked. And I'm telling you, on what basis? On the basis that they enter people's farm and they finish their crops, most especially houses that are known to be predominantly farmers. All of a sudden, and Let me tell you another attribute of these Janjaweeds. As far as these Janjaweeds are concerned, I'm telling you at the moment they don't even have a country. When you allow these Janjaweeds to establish their empire in any state, I am telling you, they invite all other Janjaweeds from all parts of the world. Get me wrong. Get me right. I'm not saying that all the Fulanis are bad in nature, but I am telling you that it seems they are Janjaweeds and they are all about an agenda. And the earlier everybody comes to this come to term with this, the better for everybody. And to some certain extent, it may as well look as if the Janjaweeds happen to be even the people keeping this man in detention for long. Because having seen a lot he has said, he seems to be a person that knows so much, which is actually troubling to them. I am telling you, and nothing more. Well, I just hope Nigerians will wake up to this and realize that there are people that are bent on destabilizing this country and ensuring that it doesn't progress and it doesn't grow. All they are all about is establishing their kingdom of radicality that can be spread to the world. That is how it looks at the moment. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu
Onyedu Icon, Omeri Onendizu, Ondiya, Abakare, Mama Daora, Unapori Meri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Unapori Meri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2. Na Python dance the 3. Unapori Meri Nnamdi go Onyedu Icon. Omeri Onendizu Ndiroya Abakare Mama Daora Unapori Meri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2. Now Python dance 3. Unapori Meri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2. Now Python dance 3. Unapori Meri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2. Now Python dance 3. Unapori Meri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2. Now Python dance 3. Unapori Meri.
It may take time, but it will eventually come to pass. They can't kill him. They can't jail him. They can't let him go. Eventually, the tighten the rope will be loosened, and then the tighten shoe, the hotting shoe, it's on the other foot rather, and the table will turn. That's all I can say. So we look forward to what they are going to push this Friday in their persecution of the prisoner of conscience. My time is up, and I'm thinking, should take calls. Do you think? Yeah? Right. So what I'm going to do then is that I'm going to take a short break to reach my legs and what I mean. Now come back and take a close break. So you can add your own contributions, alright? If you have to go, remember, I get the broadcast. Okay, I get. Please don't forget that. I'll be back in a minute.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone, especially those who stayed behind. So I am checking our time, right? Which seem to be acting up and all that. So, yeah, if you are still very much there, and you only want to add your voice to the chat, you for like a minute. If it's not it's a wonderful event, right? So if you joined us a bit way, yeah, you can just kind of like the arrow back from which you split this. Okay, if you have been here all evening as well, yeah, you can like the broadcast, the video if you haven't. No, actually, it's really. Let's yeah. Hello.
Hello, Maiyegun Baba.
Hello, sir. How are you, Baba?
Ade, Maiyegun Baba. Yima Lomba, sir.
Hey, Yima.
Baba.
How are you?
Ade, my brother.
You've always been around, so wow. It's good to hear from.
Ade, my brother. I just did, my brother. It's just anyhow. I just observe me. And they observe me. What is nothing will do? As in they do anyhow. We can they buy house everywhere for Florida, giving the king. What thing you want to do? You don't get anything that you want to. Oh, that one died a long time ago. With the likes of Bukohari, now Tinubu. You know if you expect that kind of thing now. People don't buy house for a ticket, don't settle madam. Everything don't forget. The man sit down on top live television, they both say picking everybody in America. The wife in America. Can you imagine an American senator or somebody from the house come to the TV and say, my children are Nigerian, I'm Nigerian. It's comical to me. Most of the time I just sit down there and just laugh. Because when you see people fooling themselves while the world is taking another dimension, you just wonder, do these guys even know what they are doing? Do these guys even have an idea what's going on? Well, man, it has me surprised. This guy where they shout, say, what do they call him? Nnamdi Kanu. You hear me?
Yeah, you are there with you.
This guy where they talk about Nnamdi Kanu, I don't talk about before. Should we not be here with you when Mark Nnamdi Kanu they talk, say, this thing will affect everybody. And one by one, it will touch all of us. If you don't call this thing now, this evil that is going on in this country, that video clip that he was in London, that is what he was saying. When I carry and put inside jail, for a person we carry magazine for chest, we don't kill people, we don't kidnap people, we don't hold people ransom. Come, Nigerian army sit down, Nigerian government sit down, they talk to those guys they demand, they did time for to those guys. So those guys come talk to them. Is that not an asylum?
Like, how do people even like believe that from? Let's assume say you are right. Let's call you and our critics. Okay, and our criticism is valid. That's probably how we see it. But for people who are like their supporters, live outside Nigeria, right? How do they see it? Like watching from far? Do they just pretend that they are not seeing it or bothered? Or what?
But if they explain Nigeria to you, and you say you understand, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. But I don't want to talk too much. I'm going to just go enjoy the show. It's all right.
appreciate
No,
it.
Allah.
And then I see big.
All right. Oh, he's fine. He's fine. He's fine.
Right.
He's fine. Everything. How's Wike and the kid? Sorry, I don't have to ask for them again. Okay. Say me well to them.
Good too.
All right.
There is another caller. Hello.
Hello, Baba Maiyegun.
Hello, sir. Baba.
Good afternoon from here, Baba.
Good afternoon. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. How is your family?
Oh, yeah. Surviving. Thank you.
Yeah. My name is John Eze, calling from Boston, United States.
John, easy. Man.
I always bless you because of you doing an amazing work.
Thank you.
May Chukwu Okike bless you. May Chukwu Okike keep you and protect you. Please, can you lower that thing down a little bit because I'm giving you an offer of prayer.
That's right. As if you see me on your screen, you will see that this is me bowing my head until you're done.
May Chukwu Okike keep you, protect you and your family. In the name of Chukwu Okike, we pray.
He say, and you too.
Baba, thank you for your good work. I just want to use this opportunity to thank you so much for the amazing work you have been doing.
Thank you for the support as well.
Let me just go so fast so that I will give other people a chance to call in.
So that we can manage the time. That's very good, sir. Please.
I want to remember the chief of army staff that when you beat small pikin and tell him not to cry, you don't commit abomination.
Wow. You can beat the child and still tell the child how to cry.
Igbo people have been the people that they have been the marginalized, be treated like they are not a citizen of the country. But I want to remember him, Wike, Abio, Purpose of them, Soludo, Peter Mba, all of them. That power not remain forever and ever. Power they finish.
That's right.
When your own turn due, you go. And that turn will come.
That's right.
But remember, mind you, that the way you treat other people, that's how other people go treat you.
Eventually.
I did talk to my fellow youth brothers and sisters with CJ Niger. If you want to make your country proud, I don't tell you not to run away from Niger, make you go to Oduduwa, make you go to Arewa, make you go to Biafra, but do the needful. Don't wait the time to come. Do the needful now. Baba, may God bless you. Finally, Mazen Namdekalo, the whole world is watching. May people bless you, Papa. Have a good night.
And you too, John Easy. Thank you very much for stopping by too. Class. Some maybe a problem with the audio. You still have a problem with the audio. I've tried to increase that part. So the plan is just not to make it sound so loud. was sound emanating from the background. If somebody experience, if you have heard any sound coming from the background, I'm not sure it is from this side. Okay, it could be from the colors end as well. Oh, are you hearing any sound right now? A sound in the background. Oh, apologies for that. I just got to see that now, and indeed, I apologize for that. It shouldn't be that loud, right? Yeah, sorry about that. Did you hear all that conversation at all? I need to find that out as well. Did you hear all our conversation? The one we had there just now with the colors. Hang on. Let's try this. Hello.
Maiyegun to General. God bless you. Yes, welcome back, man. Welcome back. This is Mr. P calling from Lagos, man. What's going on? We thank God. Maiyegun. Maiyegun, God will bless you for everything you do. Amen. I know we pray, everybody keeps on praying for you, but please, you continue to accept these prayers because
I am
you need it, and it goes very, very long.
Thank you.
Please don't think it's wasting your time, because of it's from the love we have for you that we send this prayer to you. May God continue to guide and protect you and your family. Amen. Michael, this thing way Sowore and Wike they do. It is sleep anything. So get strong head. You hear me? Sowore gets strong head. God.
You know something? People were like, people said the only language understood by the bullies, right, is to actually counter bully. A bully.
Counter bully. I know, but this one, the wife, the children, all of them will not sleep. Yes. And you know how the law in that side of the world works. Once they send the court just summons you or grand jury or something, because now whatever is happening, and if you watch Nigerian Mission on Twitter, they are saying something relating to this issue.
Exactly.
But they're not saying it directly. They're saying any corrupt, any So if they just send anything like this and they say they are looking for Wike, because he has no immunity, they want to extradite him. That's the beginning of the downfall of 2027. Because Rivers will fall. And once Rivers falls, South is falling, everybody go to shake for corruption. If those people are genuine and they really wish Nigeria well. This is the issue. Attack. How can you spend that kind of money?
As well, you know?
It's not that straightforward. I know. If they really say it's democracy and they wish us well, they would probe this man, because that money is stolen. All of us know it. They know it is stolen funds. They know it. They know how they trace the money, where it came from, and it's his wife. Which work will she do?
I wonder how.
Which work is she doing? She's a dog. Which work are those kids doing?
A millionaire in dollars.
If Sowore pursue this thing, Nigerians go support her. Well, that's all I need. Some of this, I'm obedient to, but some of obedient to come and say, Sowore, they look for fights. Look, this one want to fight Sowore because they have this for him. See, when you're fighting this kind of people, you join with your enemies. Yes. You see, people that are chopping, that's how stupid Wike is. When you're chopping, you keep quiet. It's noisy. Every week you bring press conference. Every week press conference. Talk. Overconfidence. Nothing can happen.
If you have become part of the system for so long, Baba, in 2000 and I think it was in 2013 or thereabout, this same with Wike, right, was under the probe of the EFCC for stealing.
Exactly, correct.
In 2008, when he was with Amechi, he was also detained for stealing about 150 million naira. Back then, this is like saying somebody stole.
Back then, that 150 million was 200 naira, be 180 to $1.
So it's always been, there was a time they said that he stole over 20 billion naira belonging to the Universal Basic Education, UBE, when he was a Minister of Education for State. He's always been a criminal. When he was governor, his own Accountant General, Fubara, who is governor now, was declared wanted by the EFCC for a missing 420-something billion naira. So somebody like him has been in it so long that he has gotten to the stage that he believes that who is going to arrest him? Who is going to investigate him? Like, who is going to order it? That's the overconfidence.
That name you just called now, Fubara. You know, there's one of my friends that was talking to me, was talking about one Yoruba proverb. I don't know how to say it in Yoruba. Something about the goats. If the goats, they dress back. You know me saying they run from you. He's going back to attack. That's how we put that. That was the English translation. He's going back. I mean, the ram. He's going back to try and attack you with his horn. Yes. So, you know, Fubara is quiet. Nobody knows who is giving Sowore information because this Fubara self was inside that circle. It was inside that circle. So you can fight this mission in different. They say, he who fights and run away will live to fight another day. This fight, this bongo who quickly for truth. And if he has no immunity, if for any reason the US means us well, and they pick up this man or they send this making the run, all this nonsense press conference.
Do you know something, Baba?
Yeah.
If, like, you are trying to follow your lead now, right? If things get bad, if the pressure becomes so much, like it becomes so exposed. Now we are talking about America. We don't know other ones here in other places now. And if they begin to release them to the public, do you know that embarrassingly, Tifnubu may drop him, and he doesn't even need him anymore.
Of course, exactly. The shame will be too much. Yes.
You know, he's already got Fubara River State under his tip right now. He doesn't need Wike.
That's what it is.
If he becomes too exposed, he's always in the media, stealing. They may drop him.
Once that federal power is out of him,
that's it.
Once the federal power is out of him, he's finished. See, Dele Alake is chopping more money than anybody in this government. You hear him talk?
Be the loudspeaker. You know, he's supposed to.
Yes. You don't see him. He's just today. I found out he went to UN with this Shetima. He's quiet. When you talking stealing money, you keep this man will sit down, call a rice, call channels, drink whiskey, talk. Now they don't open it. This is the first one to watch information. Now that this thing has started, people that worked under him that hate him now at that Fubara side will continue pushing things to Sowore and more evidence. Maiyegun, make people talk, Charade. Welcome back. Maiyegun, our voices are part of our show too. Our voices are part of this show. Please don't leave us.
I know.
God bless you so much. God bless you so much.
You know, that's one thing I enjoy about our conversation of Maiyegun's there at the Politico, right? It's the fact that anybody can come up with their own theory based on the available information, right? And somehow they can get you thinking. You begin to be like, and sometimes people will say something that you can easily just dismiss. No. That's not, I don't believe that one. No, I don't agree, you know. But someone will give you some theories, right? They'll get you think, not that you're going to agree or not, right? But they get you thinking that you begin to be like, I love it. So, sorry. I just missed another call, by the way. So if you still want to be part of the chat, you know what to do. The number is on your screen. Use it. And I also have my fundraiser link attached in the comment. Please use it too. Hello.
Hello, Maiyegun. Good evening.
How are you?
Fine. It be like say the last caller they pity Wike. Why you go to say this thing now?
Yeah,
say it like saying they pity am now.
Okay.
As I get here now, I just want to. Is that some people I want to see how they die. Like Wike now. Wike, nobody need to pity Wike now. He can obviously see on his face and his voice and his action that Wike has. Wike he believes he's eating with the Satan, so nobody can do him anything.
You get, he's always there where decisions have been made. So who you want important to?
2020 NSAS. 2020, right?
Yes. October.
Did they know what Wike did? Wike killed people openly, and he was bragging of it. Wike killed people. Wike killed people in Obibo.
Yes.
With that, Wike asked this army and police to go to people's house one by one, killing young people, killing everybody, killing ladies,
yes,
killing old women.
Yes.
Wike killed a son, the only son of a very old man.
That's right.
That boy wasn't even on the street. That boy wasn't even on the street.
Oh, yeah, but there are those who believe that the number of people killed in Rivers State, especially in Obigbo, right, is quite more than half of those they killed all over the country. In Rivers State.
Wike entered Wike operation.
Hang on. When the killing stopped on the 20th of October in 2020 in Lagos, right?
Yeah.
The killing just started in Rivers State after that. They were killing people.
Wike continued.
They declared curfew in Obigbo, right? For over 2 weeks. They were hunting people down up till November.
And people went inside.
Yeah.
And people went inside. Yeah. As a coffee, Wike and his killing machines were going to house, killing people.
Nigerian Army is not just any. Nigerian Army came in. Yeah.
Fubara, like what this guy said, Fubara may be quiet in our face, but for somebody to stood behind a criminal that's always stealing money, he's also a criminal.
Yes.
So he knows what to do. Maybe he's the one bringing out all this information. Nobody knows. Understand? But I don't want to give him 100% credit because Fubara is also supposed to go down with Wike if he's going down. Forget about his slowness, quietness. Fubara coming to be a governor of Rivers State. People died.
Yes, so people died.
They kill you coppers.
Yes.
They kill people. They kidnap returning officers.
Yes. These are true stories.
So all these
stories.
True
stories.
Yeah. Yeah, so all these things they are talking about now, we can have to look at we can talking. Go and listen to that interview. He was even because he talks too much. He even said he tried to say my parents are American, and he hold himself. Go and listen it because he talks too much. He said my parents. He now stop and say my wife's parents. Everybody living in America, living anywhere in Europe, we know what it takes to get the mortgage, to get a house.
To get a mortgage of 1 million house. Not to talk about for it in cash.
Yeah, so many people living in America, all their houses are highest 500, 300, 200 and something. Is there only people that have so much money they can go for 1 million
and above
mortgage? And somebody paid complete and said, my in-law. Go and look at Wike's picture. Does he look like somebody that came from a rich family? Motopass, Wike destroy Motopass, trying to prove to Buhari that he doesn't like Igbos and he's not from Igbo. Motopass in Ikoku. He destroyed everything. He bought it. So nobody should pity that man. That man, they said before people will, they said before some people like him will die. That they will first of all get mad. Wike is going mad. Thank you, Maiyegun. Nobody should pity that man.
God wants to kill, or even God want to destroy. The first made mad.
Yeah.
So he's currently
going
through the process of his madness now. You mean?
Yeah, like the other guy, that guy that said, Dele Alake is eating so much money, but you can never see him talk. But this one, what is bringing him out, it's just like putting a smoke in a hole where the rat lives. So what is bringing Wike out like this, makes him to behave and talk anyhow, is the atrocities, blood in his hand. This one, we have the one open, there's some secret one he did. And if you look at Wike, you will see that there's a lot of atrocities and evil thing on his body. But I pity that man they call Amefule, that want to kill himself on Wike.
That's the next.
That speaker. Yeah, God, he will not get that governor. You will see. Thank you, Maiyegun.
Wike want to put there now as next governor. Mawule. Oh, I just lost the call. Anyway, you probably said everything already, and thank you for calling in. So remember, if you haven't really liked the broadcast, please do. Here is another caller. Hello. I got you. Can you hear me? I got you. I got you. I got you. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes. Hello.
Hey, Maiyegun, what's going on?
Well, I'm all right. How you doing?
Nice to hear from you. I'm fine. Fine.
Thanks.
I think I might just say okay, before I even come to Sowore, it's unfair if we start bringing in Fabura or Fabura, I don't know whatever his name is, into this conversation. Fubara, it's not worth it. He's a lily-livered, he's a coward.
You get.
He's the same idiot that know everywhere Wike stashed his money. The corrupt or the loot, his loot. He has an idea. An idea. He knows fully where those money were actually or are kept. But he's not going to say a word.
No.
Because they probably kept their money in the same state. I don't know if you understand what I'm talking about.
Like
so
if he tried
that
to
is
pull
what
the stunt on Wike,
exactly.
he will be putting a rope on him too.
Exactly, absolutely. So when they're trying to bring in Fubara. Fubara will never do anything. He's just a coward. But they should just talk about Fubara.
Like
he's going to be there.
Credit at all. Because
Sowore
is Sowore, anytime, any day, he can possibly get his stuff from even the least of places that we can never suspect, right? But for somebody like Fubara, it's not ideal to give him any credit at all. It's worse than a coward, isn't it?
He's not correct. He's bold. And he's a coward. They should just forget about Fubara because we all saw what happened. He had all the opportunity to destroy Wike.
You and I.
He had all the opportunity. Even destroy Tinubu.
You and I are like the concerned neighbor. Okay.
Seriously, he had the whole opportunity. Yeah,
we're like concerned neighbors.
But he screwed it.
Yeah, I thought somebody is being abused.
So
go on.
Look, I said if I had been in Nigeria, I probably would vote for Obi. But looking at everything, it's not so unfair to what people have actually done to Sowore. Just look at what he unraveled. Just look at what he unraveled. Can you just imagine if people like Sowore, everybody could galvanize and go? I'm not for Nigeria. But just imagine if Sowore, with everything he has sacrificed his brother, sacrificed his mother, sacrificed everything, sacrificed his family, can't even travel. And people just left him to do it all by himself. Because if Obi become the president, let's don't fool ourselves. How is he going to handle El Rufai? How is he going to handle those bunch of terrorists and thieves? How is he going to face them and look them in the eye and throw them into prison? So if people cannot wake up and compensate Sowore with everything that he has done, it will be so unfair. So unfair. I know Sowore has his own shortcomings, though. He has his own shortcomings. And look, he cannot compromise with anybody. A thief is always a thief. And he said, look, to him, he said, Obi did not do anything because he said, if Obi had done something in the state, why is he taking why is his hospital in the UK? Why are his children not going to school? He might have his own. I'm not saying Sowore is perfect, but if you look at
people should understand
this is the only person that is consistent so far, so good has been Sowore. So if people are still going to keep going with Obi, I'm sorry to say, hopefully he wins, but it's going to be another disappointment. It's going to be another disappointment. But just imagine Sowore.
It is written all over it.
It's written all over it now.
Friends, and I can tell you who you
absolutely. He keeps saying it. He said, I cannot cooperate with corrupt people. It's not in my gene. It's not in my blood. A thief is always a thief. I'm not saying Obi is a thief. Obi is still a 99% sense than every politician in that country, apart from Sowore.
Like when you
It's
put in
still a
the midst of all these
99%
guys we are
sense.
talking about,
But you now
is
put in the
indeed.
midst of these wolves, he will never do anything. They will destroy him the way they destroyed Jonathan. They will finish him, and he will never accomplish anything. But just imagine
Then it will be
Sowore.
another
Sowore
missed
will.
opportunity. Won't
It will
it?
be another missed opportunity. Not the same opportunity this stupid Obasanjo had. They will have just put the country on the good path because of greed. Greed. Third-time greed. He destroyed everything. So
Honestly.
if people are still going to waste their time, they should keep going for Peter Obi. And if Obi is sensible, he should, because Obi, he should, I thought Obi would just come and look, I'm going to form my own party. I don't care if I go and lose. I don't care if
But
I
there are
lose.
people who are
Come out and
convinced
form.
that he's got what it takes, but others are like, no, there is more to that. Just going to.
They don't have an idea. People don't have it because I said, you know what I said? If I'd been in Nigeria, probably maybe I have a narrow or tunnel vision that I probably did not see it bright. I didn't actually see everything in full. But now, look at the consistency with Sowore. Sowore has been consistent from day one. Obi has been in Labour.
I mean,
he was in ABGA. He was in Labour. He was in PDP.
Allocates to him.
Whatever it is, they give to him. So what other criteria do you want to use to judge a good leader? It's consistency. He can never agree with anybody, and he shouldn't be obliged to agree with anybody. Look at Trump. I never liked. Yeah, I never liked Trump, but he's consistent with his lies. He doesn't care. He's consistent with his lies. So the only person that has been consistent is Sowore. If people can still go vote for your Obi, we are still going to be in the same.
We'll be back.
Whatever it is,
we'll still be talking about this in years to
we'll
come.
still be talking about. But look, if Sowore is there, we know now. We know. Everybody knows. Like
presently, right? Presently, you will agree that neither Sowore nor Obi have any pathway to taking power in that place, considering it is right now.
You're right.
Building up and over time, something like that. Do you think Sowore will have that time on his hand anymore? Sowore himself is getting old.
Let me say something. There's impatience is part of politics. You don't have to be patient. You have to be impatient. And I like his impatience.
Right.
Because we have to wait till your turn. No, it's not going to work. And because he's impatient, and that is why he's unraveling all this stash of money that we have, all these thieves.
Right.
And another thing is, I'm not leaving myself behind. We that are even outside the country, we're not even doing enough. Sowore is in Nigeria. Look at what is the unraveling. We all have the same power to pull Spashola's record here in America. Pull this stupid chief of staff of Tinubu. Pull their record. How much is it going to cost us? Pull all the politicians. Put them
problem
together.
Is that it's not even about pulling all these stuffs out. I think Nigerians have been so, psychologically worn out. You get that even if you dump all this, in fact, if you post a video where these guys are committing all these crimes, I don't think it's going to really have that much effect on anybody anymore to really take them down.
But if you look at when we got this unraveling of the loot of this idiot, Wike. And you can see the reaction of people in the country.
I know.
People were surprised. When I went to Charade report, I saw a lot of reactions. Then when you tweet anything, you see like 200, 300 reactions. Now I see 5,000, 10,000 reactions, 20,000 reactions. So these are things people actually do not know, and they are getting to know, and it's actually opening up people's eyes. People that are in the United States,
I agree.
Seriously, people that are in the United States, it doesn't cost anything to pull someone's record. Just go in, pay $2 or $3, pull this people's record, let us post it online, and let them come and defend it. We also can file a class action here too, and say, okay, these people actually stole to buy this property. We don't have to put in our name. We can do it anonymously. Get a lawyer. How much is it going to cost to get a lawyer? Just put in the law. Just put in the case. Let it keep rolling. We'll be banking it secretly. We'll be funding it just for the world to see and say Look, you are not a. Let's just we're all suffering. This is who you still want to vote for. This is the same thing you keep voting for. So people should please try and do their own part. Well, I'm not hoping on Nigerians because I know
it all starts
they've
from
been flogged.
people
Yes.
being interested, like we are doing right now, and then people being compelled enough, like motivated to say, you know what, I could actually do this. I could do what that person is talking about.
Seriously, I never thought about it until when you said it. That like the pool there, I was like, this is something I'm good. I'm good in doing this thing. Pull people's record. I can do it myself.
Just pay $1.
You know, like
pay
what am I looking
$2.
at?
There are
I
some of
was
them that you just pay
plugging
like
my
$2, and you have everything.
You
It's
know, I
not
was plugging
illegal.
myself. Like,
Just
what
so
am I
people
doing?
know, it is not illegal.
I mean,
It is public record.
It's public record.
It's not illegal.
So I was plugging myself. I was like, I could still do something like this. I don't have to put in my name and just push it to the public and let them see what their thieves are doing. Their ruling thieves are doing to them.
Thank you
so much for your time. I appreciate it. Appreciate it, sir. Have a good one, sir.
Thank you so much for your time. You have a very good evening.
Bye.
Okay.
You bye.
That's a good one. I mean, I miss that. I miss when people will bring ideas, and then some people will go on and yeah. Now, let me take this. I don't know. I'm having a little headache. I'll take one more. I will call it a night. Hello there.
Hello. Yeah, one name more. One name to talk.
One name.
One name the number.
One name the talk. One name the number.
Yeah. May the oil on your head
you say
never run dry. It will never run dry. Because your lips have been anointed with truth.
You see.
I'm telling you.
Papa, it's like all of you have been like in the shadow for a while. You know?
Yeah, if only people know the reason you were created. You were created for such a time as this.
Bless you, Baba.
Then people will understand.
I know.
You know.
Thank you very much.
And
yeah.
Yeah. You know, I've been watching, you know. So, you know, it is not as if all of us, we don't know all these things. All these things are in public place.
Yeah.
If you know any address, you put that address, you will see the history of the property. But that is not all we are talking about. How many times have people dumped information? Even the Sahara reporters, whatever, it is people like me and you that leak those information to them.
Actually, yes.
Or what we are asking. The Western world, which of them has these people taken serious?
Like really taking action on.
Yes. We are talking about Wike. What did Wike do compared to what Tinubu did? That is still doing. Is it not there on public domain? Is it not somebody that brought up those facts? I mean, those truths. It's not even facts. Those were truths because he has gone to court. He has been convicted. That one is truth. Fact. If it's not convicted, it's not truth. It's a process getting the truth. So, but this one we are talking about Tinubu's case that was true. What did we get out of it? So it's not up to saying, oh, that Wike is good. If I am telling you, if I should look at what has happened in the past, what has happened in the present, I will tell you that this case will not get anywhere. Because the countries that we are dealing with, they are corrupt.
Very.
They teach these people corruption. Take, for example, look at Nigeria today and look at what is happening in America today. There is nothing that Tinubu has done in Nigeria that Trump has not done in America.
Right.
Right now. Put it side by side. Just put it side by side. You will find out that he has done the same thing that Tinubu has done. So, we are not only fighting corruption only back home. We are fighting corruption here as well. As far as we are concerned, these people that you are banking on that is going to give you justice, these people are not going to give you justice because they want to keep us the way we are in Africa so that they can actually control us. If we have good leaders in Africa, they will not be able to control us. But if they have bad leaders in Africa, they will have to control us. So that is what we are talking about.
And I'm quite surprised, by the way, Osita, sorry for cutting you short, right? I'm quite surprised that for some time, I think at least since Obasanjo's time, looters in Nigeria never go to America again. Those who have had their properties back in America prior to that changed the name of the ownership and the rest to keep them, right? But many of them either just abandon the properties in America, never go back to them because of America's kind of.
Let me
it's like America is now is welcoming now for these looters. Like I've noticed.
No,
that
let me say to you the reason we think like that, because this was just the discussion I was having with somebody today.
Because I never thought Nigeria stolen money will find its way to America again.
Yeah. So listen, why it happened like that? Let me tell you why it happened like that.
Right.
You see, generations come in Nigerian politics. Public office. The generation is always 12. 12 years, not 8 years. So after you leave office for 12 years, you might not have the money to maintain all those properties. Mind you, these properties we are talking about, these people don't even know where those properties is. Some of them don't even know where it is. They only know they bought property. In Nigeria today, most of these politicians don't even know where their oil well is. They've not gone there for once. But all they know is that they have an oil well.
Right.
So when you look at it, after about 12 years, there's no money to loot the way they loot before. Other people are taking their position. Their position has been blocked. They cannot service most of these properties anymore. That is the case that you spoke about concerning the lawyer. What's his name?
Again. But see, Osita.
No, right? The lawyer, what's his name? I'm talking about Mike.
Yeah.
Yes, it is related to something like that. So that is the reason they fizzled out in the face of America for a while. So it looks as if they were not bringing it here. And let me tell you,
remember that they started moving to Dubai for the last, last decade now, right? They've been to Dubai.
In all these properties, in all these properties that they acquire abroad, there's something they call safe haven. You know much better than I do. Safe haven.
We both
There's some places
safe haven where they put their money offshore again. Go on.
Yeah. You know,
they look for which of these countries and economy that actually will welcome the loot, either in form of investment,
most of those
countries.
Most of the countries that you see that they go to, they weigh the taxes that they pay. They find out that America is a total capitalist society, whereby they will keep paying. Even when you get your property, you will keep paying. UK does the same thing. So what did they do? They will have to go to a country whereby they will not pay more.
Oh, that's what got them there. It wasn't like America was really tracking them. Say, right.
Yes, and it is related to James Ibori too.
And now, because that's what I'm saying money. Now, remember it was
that's what I'm saying.
Ibori, this because of this too, right? America changed the way they dealt with politically.
You remember how his problem? Did you remember how his problem started?
I know.
When he took most of what he has in UK, he took them to Dubai. That was the genesis of his problem. The UK government didn't like what he did. So that was the genesis of his problem. So what I'm trying to say is that if you are seeking for justice, seek for justice. Don't seek for half justice.
Don't depend on this West.
Don't depend on these people. And that is the reason we've been failing because we keep depending on them. We say, oh, America will come and rescue us. Oh, Britain will come and rescue us. My brother, if we don't rescue ourselves, we have no... The only thing I see about this thing is that they wrote about Wike. Let him know that he's untouchable. Because he thinks he's untouchable. Let them rub it on his face that you yourself look at the baggages that you are carrying about. But if it's any other thing that I'm expecting,
and now if too much searchlight is on him, and America is featuring in it, right? They may cut him off, throw him under the bus.
So if you're thinking that at the end of the day they will imprison him, they will extradite him,
Maybe not like that.
I am sorry.
No.
America is not going to do that.
No.
They go for the highest bidder.
No.
Trust me. The only thing they will do is that they will use him as a bargaining chip to get whatever they want to get from Tinubu. Simple as ABC.
Yes.
Thank you very much, my brother.
Bless you. Osita,
right,
I've missed
bye.
you. Have a good one, Baba. Huh? So I am going to take what time is it? Okay, I've got just 3 more minutes. This caller, walk with me. Hello.
Hello, Maiyegun. Good evening.
Oh, good evening. That's a charm. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. I'm fine. Do you know why I'm calling? I'm calling to salute Osita.
So you want to buttress him? Oh yeah.
Listen, do you know what? I've been listening to some of the callers. People talking about, oh, so the world will see, so the West will see, so the world will see. Please, Osita, I don't know where you are, I don't know who you are, but I salute you. It's like we in Nigeria, we're still enamored with it. We still have this, fairy tale belief that they care about us. They do not care a toss. When I say they don't care about anything that has to do with you, they do not care about us. They don't care that we are dying. They don't care that we are living. They don't care that we are where we are. All they care about is our obligation. That's all they care about. As long as we are bent over, right? We're not able to stand and be who we're meant to be. As long as our head remains bowed, they will continue to be on top, right? Things will continue to be unfair, right? So all of this, listening to Nigerians, all these people calling and talking about how, oh yes, the West, because of hate, they don't care about you.
No, not in that sense.
They know exactly what is going on in your country, even more than you do. They know exactly where all the bodies are buried, in case you don't know.
That's right.
We talk about what they call it, Tinubu being in CIA assets. They know this. They knew that first before we found out, right? What we get, Wike having all of these properties. They know where all his bones are buried. They know every account that he owns. They know more than you do.
That's right.
And that is the reason why our country is the way it is. So they have no interest in.
When you report to them, it's like showing them what they already have. And
exactly
at that point, they may actually present this to him and turn him to an agent too. All right, or sacrifice him by claiming something from Nigeria in the process. So
in the process,
we never win,
and we're never going to win. And in case people don't know, in all of this, when they discover these assets and everything, you know that 100% of it doesn't come back to your country.
No,
only about 60%. The other 40% goes back into that country. Yeah. So it is in their best interest that our politicians continue to steal and bring it into their countries, and they can make a show of, oh yes, we found all this money, and they collect 40%. At the end of the day, they think we're stupid, and we keep on acting stupid. All of this, the West. Please, my fellow Africans, the West don't care about you.
No.
They don't care about that you are dying. They don't care that you're living. They know that our people are being trafficked.
They say that now. They're like, is there a way they
exactly
Africans to charm? They say it all. They said Africans are so useless. How? That they said if they can just partition us away from these resources, right? Then Africa will make sense to them.
Africa will make more sense. Listen, they'll come here and they'll buy our land. They will settle. Africa, exactly. Africa without Africans.
Yep.
So the minute we wake up and from this our reverie that, oh, these people care about us, so that we're on an equal footing with us, they care about what is happening to their fellow human beings. They don't care about you. This is going to have to be a problem that we're going to have to solve on our own. And the minute to solve that, and I've been saying it repeatedly, and I've seen a lot of platforms that are also saying the same thing. As Africans, we need to come out of all these stupid countries, all these stupid organizations, United Nations, World Bank, all of these places. They are of no use to us. They have never been they have nothing they're doing that is in our best interest. So we need to stop wasting our time. And the young man that is talking about Sowore being a viable candidate compared to Peter Obi, listen, we're still making the same mistake. If we want Sowore to be president of Nigeria today, of this country they call Nigeria today, because again, I'm not from Nigeria, but if they want Sowore to become president, then you need to get the criminals out of office before 2027. It's never going to happen. If you are all waiting for 2027 to make a difference, even Peter Obi, I said it yesterday, he is not going to be president. He will not be president until you get rid of the criminals, including the ones that are forming coalition and up and down the whole place, because those are criminals themselves. Okay? Unless we're saying that we still want to empower the same criminals and hoping for a better outcome, with known criminals. It's like, I was talking to somebody, it's like doing the same thing all the time and expecting the different outcome. Recycling the same.
See, you are so posh with your own. My own is that it's like drinking poison and expecting somebody else to die. You get me now? No, you say you do something again and expect different result. Oh, that's posh. Just tell them that it's like drinking a poison and expecting somebody else to die.
Drinking poison and expecting somebody else to die. Please, my people, let's wake up. If we want a better country, it has to start with ourselves. Like I said yesterday, we have to despise evil and evildoers. We have to hold people accountable, even ourselves, right? And then we need to start pushing for reform. Otherwise, 2027 is never going to happen, and the people that want Sowore to be president will not happen.
Jam.
Thank you, Maiyegun.
God bless you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
God bless you.
Last call out this evening, okay? It's a pleasure. Enjoy the rest of the day. I'll probably see you again. You have a good one, ma'am. So, ladies and gentlemen, brethren, this is us. It's been a long time we had our full 3 hours program, but I think that's us. We should be having it now with respect to those of you who have kept faith with us. Like every now and then you have always been here. You search for Maiyegun, you still be here. So you deserve to have your full time. And then, yeah, let's do this again. I will see you some other time. Yeah, my link to my GoFundMe is in the comments. If by any chance you feel like, yeah, you want to reach out, you can use it. It will mean a lot. Enjoy the rest of your day, noon, or night. I will see you again when I see you. Good night.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number 1. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number 1. Maiyegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number 1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number 1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number 1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number 1. Bó bá ṣe àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number 1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number 1. Maiyegun dayari Politico. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number 1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number 1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number 1. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number 1. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràgì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀.